Hey, what is up guys? Bitcoin and cryptocurrency right now is trending down, however not everything looks so bad. In this video we will talk about a guy who exactly predicted multiple Bitcoin bull and bear markets, and now he has another Bitcoin prediction. Before we start, let's take a quick look at the current market and see what is going on. At the time of this video, which I'm actually making on Friday, the 15th, Bitcoin is trending downwards since the insane 40% spike where BTC price increased from $7,500 to more than $10,000. After that, Bitcoin price is slowly but steadily on decline, and to date Bitcoin dropped by $200 and decreased to $8,500. Ethereum is trending slightly differently. Unlike Bitcoin, which spiked by 40% almost a month ago, ETH during the same day increased only by 25%, going from $160 to $200 a coin. Since then, it's been consolidating and going sideways between $180 and $200 a coin. Unlike Bitcoin, it's not really trending down, but it's slightly dipped below $180. This video is brought to you by Bybit. Bybit is a cryptocurrency exchange where you can leverage up to 100x on your money. Another interesting thing that they create a competition where you can win up to 100 BTC in prize. If you use my link in the description box below, you can get up to $50 bonus if you register today. If you register after tomorrow, you can get only $30 bonus. So if you guys believe that you are a very skillful trader, you should use the link in the description box below and enroll into competition. Now let's move on. This analyst prediction is quite fascinating. He predicted the top of Bitcoin price in 2017 when Bitcoin reached $20,000. Then he predicted the bear market of 2018. He called the bottom at $3,000. The most recent his prediction was that Bitcoin price will consolidate between $7.5k and $10,000 by the end of 2020. Then, as we go into 2020, we will see new all-time high prior to Bitcoin halving event. His first impressive call was back in December 2017 when Bitcoin reached new all-time high $20,000. This chart he created and analyzed. He was comparing Bitcoin price back then to the parabolic chart patterns, which he pretty much hit the nail on the head. The parabolic move is undoubtedly the most sought after pattern for traders and investors with a huge upside in a short space of time, followed by blow off top. I think it's fair to say Bitcoin within such a move and most likely coming to the end. I'm calling top at the max out of move being $20,000, but could end sooner. A collapse could see Bitcoin return to somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000 with lean towards $3,000. Wow, how accurate was that? He not even called the top at $20,000, but also he called $3,000 bottom. Exactly 1 year later, in December 2018, Bitcoin bottomed at $3,200. Then in March of 2018, he made another impressive call, calling the bottom and reiterating his previous prediction. He put up this logarithmic Bitcoin chart and quoted Satoshi Nakamoto. The price of any commodity tends to gravitate towards the production cost. If the price is below cost, then production slows down. If the price is above cost, profits can be made by generating and selling more. February 21st, 2010, Satoshi Nakamoto. Furthermore, he elaborated his opinion on that quote. It is reasonable to assume that there is a floor price which will be met in the market, which is largely dictated by supply. Miners will contract their supply somewhat if the marginal cost then begins to exceed production. Simple economics therefore would suggest that there will be a self-correction mechanism which would keep the floor price around the cost of production, which by all accounts appears to be at $3,000 to $4,500. Well, the bottom was in those ranges for sure. Great call. Moving on. On July 24, 2019, he said, and I quote, "Throughout 2019, Bitcoin has once again proven to be the best performing assets available to masses. far surpassing the expectation of even the most bullish commentators in the space. A staggering recovery from low around 3.2k of 2018 accelerated through to its high of 13.8k, around 4x to its peak. We probably need to consolidate for some time before halving, perhaps move sideways as I illustrated, but ultimately I'm suggesting that we will push for the new all-time high early in 2020. At the time of this halving, I suspect that this will involve a new bull market. As absurd as it sounds, people like buying new all-time highs. For confirmation, so ultimately that's it. Consolidate the remainder of the year between $7,500 and $10,000. So far so good. Look at that patterns. It really resonates the price action that actually happened in the real world. Few days ago he released an update called Bitcoin 12-month forecast update, and we see that the price of the Bitcoin more or less behaved as he predicted back in July. Further, he stated, the 50 and 100 week moving average is due to cross going into December. I could see us ranging into this exciting channel until we get into the end of the year, when narrative picks up and we start moving towards the upside once again. There will be 6 months to go before the halving, and narrative will no doubt gain momentum as we go towards it. Well, it looks pretty impressive Bitcoin forecast, but is it luck? Let me elaborate. If there are 100 people flipping a coin 10 times in a row, there will be one person out of 100 who called 10 correct coin flips. Does this mean that he's smarter than everyone else? Well, not really. By law of large numbers, someone eventually had to be correct. On flip sides, thousands of people making Bitcoin price prediction, and by law of large numbers, someone will have to be correct. I'm not saying that he is a superior analyst, nor I'm not saying that he got lucky. I just want you to make your own conclusion and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now let's move on to Fake Toshi. I found this clip from Cryptocurrency Conference with Rich Hart roasting Fake Toshi.
Are you Satoshi?
Yes.
Okay. So you wrote the Satoshi white paper?
Yes.
And you implemented the 1 megabyte block limit?
I put a temporary limit in there after being badgered by Mr. Finney.
Right. So when you had access to the code base and could update the GitHub, and when you had access to your account on Bitcoin Talk, and when you had access to your Satoshin@gmx.com email, when did you decide that you would stop using those and stop having influence over the project, and then side channel appear as a broke guy later with no successful business interests, no Bitcoin tied to his address, no running from the government in Australia from the Australian tax office?
Sorry, I'm not actually running from Australia. I'm in Britain. You know there's extradition laws in Britain to Australia? Sorry, morons who make things up, that's called libel and slander. That's why I've already got a number of people in court, because they're dumb. They have no idea that you can't basically be a public figure in Britain and run from the government.
Right. You're only a public figure because you cosplay as Satoshi, right?
No,
the real Satoshi would still be writing Bitcoin improvement proposals.
No,
the real Satoshi would have been there with me fighting against BCH and taking the brand. But you didn't even fork real Bitcoin. You forked a copy of Bitcoin. You made a copy of a copy.
I did not fork Bitcoin. Segwit forked Bitcoin.
Bro, I don't think you can spell Segwit.
You want to say these things and whatever else, and you want to say blah, blah, blah. No. I actually made a deal with Jihan. Jihan actually stabbed us in the back, so that's a different issue.
I was watching you during the hash rate race when you were competing with Kelvin's hash rate from CoinGeek to try and actually take over as the authoritative chain against Bcash.
No,
and you
actually
said
we
you would
did
take
not.
over and you lost.
So, sorry, didn't. We limited in what we bought.
Theatrics aside, we sat down with both larger-than-life characters to see what they're up to. Like it or not, Craig Wright has been around for a while.
Just headed to the stage, we have Craig Wright. So Craig, what are you going to be talking about on stage today?
I'm going to be talking about honest money, the reason that Bitcoin was actually developed, which is a system unlike any other cryptocurrency, designed so that it had tracing, that it can be seized, that everything that people love to argue is actually wrong. So this whole anarchist idea of Bitcoin as some money out there that government can't touch, it's false.
It's false.
It's
Okay.
absolutely false.
And what's coming up for you right now? I understand the 1 year anniversary for BSV.
Yes. 1 year anniversary of escaping a whole lot of crazy developers, yes. Do you see this? When I developed Bitcoin, one of the comments I made was the protocol is set in stone. You cannot change the protocol. You can't add SegWit, you can't add all these extra things to, like opcodes to make bucket shops or whatever else. Bitcoin is set in stone. It's like internet protocol, it's not meant to change. If you can't build on Bitcoin and know that 20 years from now your transaction will still be valid, you're not running Bitcoin.
I'm not running. What were you running?
Some scam thing that people are trying to change, where a group of developers want to run around with their anarchist wet dreams saying how money's meant to be outside the control of government and other bullshit.
Okay, this is certainly stirring the pot. What would you address to the naysayers?
Do I really care? I mean, technology wins. I know people love to say the best technology doesn't win. They use things like beta. That's what people who lost say when they have a crappy technology.
Okay, so spell it out for me. If technology is going to win, what's it going to look like years from now? What are we going to be seeing?
Hundreds of billions of transactions a second, micropayments in thousands or tens of thousands of % level. No more having your data sold around the world so that basically a bunch of plutocrats sitting there selling techno-communism in Silicon Valley can basically rape the world's economy to make crap technology.
Are you still seeing that today, this crap technology?
Oh yeah, I've seen Facebook. So everyone's running around going, I've got a new whatever. So what?
Okay, we're in Malta, so what? It's the technology that counts.
Okay.
Thank you.
It seems like Satoshi lives in his own world, in his own bubble. Yes, I'm Satoshi. I wrote the white paper. Temporarily I created 1 megabyte block. The protocol is set in stones. You cannot change the protocol. You cannot add SegWit. Guys, you heard this man. If your computer breaks down or becomes insufficient, you cannot add new hard drive. You cannot do anything to fix it. Just let it die. 100 billions of transactions per second? I don't know what this guy is smoking. But anyway, enough of this clown. Let me know what you guys think about this Bitcoin price prediction and fake Toshi. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, hit that like button and subscribe.